welcome to Boggy Creek Life Mail Calls and Grail Hauls. I am Cam Boggs, and on today's episode, we have a tale of two grails. One would be a kit that I didn't know would be a grail of mine until I saw it because I didn't know it existed. And the other is a fond childhood memory, the mystery grail that you will see later. Alright, with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so first up on the list we have the geometric Pumpkinhead. Produced in 1991 by Geometric sculptor Rob Bowen. A little interesting tidbit of information is that it was the first officially licensed Pumpkinhead kit. And don't worry, we'll get ready to see. We're going to see the parts close up here in a minute. I just had to put the camera far away to show you just how much all the stuff, you know. But I think I can show you that on the back. There we go. 1988 MGM UA. So the first officially licensed Pumpkinhead kit. And I unfortunately didn't get a box with it, but that's okay. And when I say, like at the beginning, that I didn't know it existed, well, I didn't get into this hobby until COVID. I mean, I did car models when I was young and whatnot, but I just I was doing other things at this time. Didn't have any idea what was going on and all that. I got fortunate one day and Mr. John Dennett, if you're in the hobby, I'm sure you've heard of him, was selling some kits from his personal stash. And when I saw this, I was like, I love Pumpkinhead. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so yeah, that's pretty much the story on that one. So, and John Dennett's just one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to as well. You know, just master sculptor and just, and he told me, he said, well, you know, it's already, I already started putting it together a little bit. And I'm like, okay, you know, you're John Dennett. I've seen your sculptures. I imagine you could put a model together all right. But yeah, really the only thing that was glued on is he glued on the top of the head. And I have no problem with that. I like to have boxes, not because I'm a collector that's not going to open it. I'm a builder. But I just like to have it, you know, to display by the finished piece or something from it. But you know, this is totally fine because I am just lucky enough to have this kit alone. Alright, so let's zoom in and take a look at her. Okay, now we're down at ground level here with Pumpkinhead. Mr. Bowen's beautiful sculpture. And one thing I did notice about this, and I don't believe that Mr. Dennett prepped this any at all, because I mean there is still a little bit of flashing like down. I hate this camera. Anyways, there's just a little bit of flashing down in between the fingers. So this is what impressed me, is how clean this kit is for how old it is. Now, granted, I said I wasn't around back in the day, but I do have a couple of kits from back in the day, and I mean, some of them are just horrible with the flashing and, you know, the casting. I mean, not horrible, but it was for what it was back then, you know. And if I had to call it, I would say this was probably ahead of its time. You can see the veining. I swear I'm going to get a better camera. You can see the skin texture, the wrinkles in it. Just the claws. It's terrible when you have an auto-focus camera that doesn't want to auto-focus. The grain in the wood, nails. It's a replica of the old the church scene when the kids ran in there and they thought they were going to get away from old Ed Harley. Well, you know, if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. The Spirit of Vengeance. Nameplate right into the wood there. Cleanly sculpted. And once again, like I said, licensing trademarks on the back there. And about the only part of this that we can really mock up is the wall. And it goes like that. And he stands on it. Well, let's look at him. We can get his head in there. Just terrible, terrible camera work. You can see the ribs. All the indentation. I mean, he looks exactly like in the movie. There we go. A little bit of focus for a second. Just like Stan Winston's. Beautifully sculpted. Amazingly done. All the detail in the body. And it speaks for itself. Oh, I'm so glad the camera decided to work for a second. The broken cross. Goes on the floor. The legs. I'm missing a nail, a toenail, foot claw, what a cat claw, something like that. That's where the cats have their claws. But that ain't been a big deal. I make models. I can fix that. And we're going back to crap camera. I mean, look at the little like imperfections of the skin, the bumps, you know, because Pumpkinhead was just a nasty old fella anyway, you know, spirit of vengeance. It kind of put you in mind of the Velociraptor legs, which, you know, I believe came from Stan and Winston a few years later. Tail. Beautifully done. Two pieces. See the spines. Goes together like so. And all in all, I'm just glad to have this kit, and I can't wait to get the time to build it. And you also have some scattered wood debris that comes along with it. Paint up, lay across the base. Alrighty, so that would be the geometric Pumpkinhead, 1991, sculpted by Rob Bowen, and the first officially licensed Pumpkinhead model. And now for the mystery Grail. You may like it, you may not. That's okay. But it's so big we have to go rogue. So let's go. It is 1957 Chevy Sport Coupe 1/12 scale by Monogram Models. Now, the story behind this is, at least the acquisition of it, is I got this off eBay. I only had like a couple of them that were brand new, unopened. And if I remember correctly, one like $200+, and I was like, no. But one guy had one that was open, and it just didn't have this little 1/24 scale Grand National in it. And I was like, you know, that's okay. Well, it's actually a Monte Carlo SS Grand National, I'll say, whatever. I was like, that's okay with me. You know? And I will get to telling you the story when I start to showing you the parts. And it's also 2-in-1, 3-in-1. Okay. Over 16 inches long. Alrighty, let's check it out. Okay, so this one I didn't take out a whole lot of parts because this one's more about the story behind why I got it. And, it's a model car. So there's only so much you can tell about it, you know what I mean? I mean, first off, you can see the size of it, my hand is just gigantic, you know. So I was looking at the original direction sheet that came with it, and it says monogram models, copyright 1986, and that sounds about right. Maybe I was like 12. Maybe it was right when I got a hold of it, but I didn't get a hold of mine brand new. A friend of my mom's came over and saw that I was into models, and all I had was like your little regular 124 scale. So the next time I saw them, they brought this over, which they said that somebody they knew had it and they weren't building it anymore. So I was all excited, you know. And you can see why I would be excited at such a young age is because, for one thing, like I said, it's huge, you know. But this was where I really got to like start cutting my big boy model teeth, you know. As I actually got out the eighth inch, the 16th inch masking tape and masked off the chrome, the chrome molding. Well, this one here actually has its own chrome molding that comes with it. But I mean, I masked off like the little emblems because they're not chrome. I remember mine was two-tone. I two-toned it. The bottom half from the chrome down was black, and the top half was like a little bit darker than a sky blue. But the long story short of it was, I got so far, I can't remember how far it was into building it, somewhere in the engine or something. I was missing something, like a few pieces that were major, and I just stopped because I couldn't go on. And I've kind of been a rambler most of my life, and I don't know whatever happened to that, you know. So when the COVID hit, and I got into the horror figure models, this old kit did come into my mind, and that's when I went to searching on eBay. Like I said, it was opened. I've went through everything. If the guy got me on anything, I can't tell what it was. I mean, the engine block was already glued together, but I mean, it looked like he knew what he was doing. He was sanding the seams out of it. But I mean, every part that I thought of to look for, you still have the. Damn, I can't remember the damn name of these things. They go over the back wheel well. Beauty something, I think. Anyways, those things. It's got 3 different rims to it because it said build it wild, mild, or stock. Well, you can see in the plastic there, you got your stock rims and just a ton of chrome parts. Look, it's got its own fuzzy dice. Oh, you can see that, probably not with my terrible camera. There's what I like to call your salt flat rims. I don't know what they're really called. I just call them salt flat rims. That's what they remind me of. The mags on the slicks, and a 2-part white wall insertable. And it's monogram. I mean, they know what they're doing. It's all textured in there. Probably can't really tell. These are if you want to put the bucket seats in, or you can put the bench seats in. It still has the original decals, which they might work and they might not be worth a damn. I don't know. But I'm probably not going to use any of that anyways, because this is going to be custom somehow. The main thing that I was happy that it still had was it had all the glass. and it wasn't messed up. You even got the tail light inserts. And like I said, I was just happy to get it because it brought back a fond childhood memory. And if you guys remember any of your childhood memories of models that you liked that you built when you were a kid, or maybe the same kind of situation, one you went hunting for after you became a grown-up because you didn't have it anymore and it stuck in your mind, drop it in the comments. Let me know what it is. I'd be interested to hear it. I like hearing about people's childhood fond memories of modeling and stories like that. See, we got your hood that you can put the modded engine through with the blower. The only thing that really disappointed me about this, there is one thing, is I thought in my memory that the doors were cut out, but I guess they are not. But you know, I belong to so many model groups on Facebook, even a lot of car models, even though I have only built one car model in the past, probably 35 years at least, and I won't even put it on film to show anybody. But I know that there's, like, if I come up with any missing parts, that's the great thing about 3D printing is these guys in these groups, you know, if you have a missing part, you gotta tell them what kind of car, you know, what scale, and pretty much you can find whatever you need, even if you're looking for custom parts and stuff. This hobby has went to a whole another level now, and yeah, I can't wait to get the time to get into this one. So that would be the 1957 Chevy by Monogram. And with that, it looks like it's about time to wrap it up. Side skirts. Ha! So that's it for another episode of Mail Calls and Grail Hauls. Thanks for stopping by and looking at these couple of beautiful kits with me and regaling over some fond childhood memories. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe and like button. That way you don't miss any upcoming content. And I probably won't put out another video until the beginning of next month because I'm moving at the end of this month. And it's to a place that is at least twice as big, so hopefully that may increase the production quality a little better. I'll have more room to set stuff up and just make my life easier too. So thanks for sticking out with me so far on the journey. And with all that being said, I appreciate and love every one of you. Stay safe, be good to each other, and model on.